What's going on, FG fam? Welcome to episode 12 of the Miami Marlins franchise, and today it is opening day of season 2. I hope y'all are as hyped as I am, so make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let's go! Welcome to opening day of the Miami Marlins franchise, season number 2, here at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the Philadelphia Phillies will host our Miami Marlins, looking to improve upon their 77-win season last year, and they will have to make this start against Aaron Nola, who was 12-11 last year with a 3.68 ERA and a 1.17 WHIP with over 200 strikeouts. Let's see if the Marlins have what it takes today. On the mound for us, Noah Syndergaard, and right away in the bottom half of the second inning, giving up a double down the right field line to Kyle Lewis on a 3-2 count. So Noah Syndergaard giving it up early. Can he get out of it? He does. Gets JT Realmuto with a curveball going down. And Syndergaard leaving it up to the offense here in the top of the fifth. It is Michael Conforto getting a base hit into left field. So he finds himself on first base with nobody down in the top of the fifth. Here's Brian Anderson, and this one is going deep to right center field on a pretty good swing, and it gets over the right center field wall for a 2-run shot. Brian Anderson's first homer of the year, traveling 398 yards off of 398 yards. This ain't football. 398 feet off of Aaron Nola. So Brian Anderson, after a 29-homer season last year, getting started early this year. That brings up Jesus Aguilar, and he's got a hell of a swing going out to the same spot, and it is gone. That one traveling just a little longer than Brian Anderson's, as that one goes 408. And Aaron Nola still in the game. This is a laser out to right center for Michael Conforto, and it is over the wall in the top of the 6th inning. 397 feet, and Conforto makes it a 5-0 game, but this one going out to center field, and that one is over the wall into the Phillies bullpen off of Noah Syndergaard. It's Bryce Harper on a 434-foot bomb. Bryce Harper gets his first homer of the season early in the year, and maybe he sparks a little comeback for his Phillies. We'll see. Guillermo Marquez coming into the game. He pitched 14 games last season with 20.1 total innings and a 2.21 ERA, facing Didi Gregorius in the bottom of the 7th, and Didi's got this one out to left center. It gets over the head out there in left field of Eloy Jimenez, and it will score a couple of runs. So 5-3. Here's a dribbler over to second base. That'll get taken care of for the second out of the inning, but a run comes home from third. So a 5-4 game for Mike Mayers to come in for the Phillies. He had a 3.74 ERA last year in 35 games pitched. He also had 6 saves in 8 opportunities. Eloy Jimenez comes up, gets jammed. He takes that one the other way to right field. Jimenez going to try for second base, and he slides into second with a double in the top of the 8th. That brings in Michael Conforto, and he's got a laser out to center that is caught to end the top half of the 8th inning. So, Phillies with a couple more ups. It is Brett Gardner off of Guillermo Marquez, and that one is over the right field wall and gone like a girl in a country song. 378 feet out over the right field wall for Brett Gardner. Definitely one of the elders in this Philly lineup, and he is able to tie the ball game with a solo shot in the 8th inning. So John Curtis coming into the game. He pitched 67 games last year and had a 2.25 ERA. He was a pretty reliable arm coming out of the pen. with only a .87 whip, but this time away from the shift. There's nobody there at second to get this one, and that is going to bring home the extremely fast feet. And the Philadelphia Phillies have themselves a lead at 6-5. Here's Gregorius up now, taken care of at second base to end the 8th inning, but the Phillies have already done the damage as they hold themselves a 1-run lead. Now, Jose Alvarado, rather hit or miss for them, as we have faced this man before, and we have gotten a comeback win against him. Here's Brian Anderson, the first batter of the top of the 9th. He's taken care of on a grounder out to short. That'll bring up Jesus Aguilar, and this one is going out to right field. It's relatively deep, but only deep enough to be just shy of the warning track for the second out of the 9th inning. So one batter remains, and Alfaro will strike out, and the pass ball will be thrown on to first to confirm the comeback win for the Philadelphia Phillies at home here at Citizens Bank Park on opening day of Season 2 of this Miami Marlins franchise. And the Phillies come away with a big win against our Marlins, 6-5. They scored 2 in each of the last 3 innings. In fact, every run in this ball game was scored from the 5th inning and beyond. Brett Gardner gets player of the game for his solo shot, which really tied up the game and gave the Phillies the opportunity. Syndergaard went 6 innings, only 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. But it was the bullpen who blew the game for this Miami Marlin team today. Bryce Harper and Brett Gardner both with homers in this one. Aaron Nola gave up 5 in 5 1/3, and his bullpen closed it on down for him to give him a no decision. So we'll continue simming here in the beginning of the season. We get a 10-2 win and then a 7-zip win in the rubber game. So we do end up taking the series there. Then an 11-7 win in the first game against the Mets. So now we will go into Citi Field for a date with the New York Mets. Both teams coming into this game at 3-1. Of course, we have to play Frankie Lindor. Marcus Stroman on the mound for the Mets. It seems like every time we take a look at a Met game, it is him on the mound for whatever reason. 32 starts last year to a 12-10 record and a 4.19 ERA, but we want to see the first start this season of Max Meyer. He was 4-4 last year in 11 starts, 3.14 ERA. Here is Jeff McNeil at the plate, and right away in the bottom of the first inning, Jeff McNeil off of the wall in right center field gets himself a leadoff double. And already starting some trouble here for the New York Mets. Here is Pete Alonso at the plate, and this one out to right field is going to get caught to end the first inning. So no runs coming across the plate. Good defense from the Marlins. And we move all the way to the bottom of the 5th where Francisco Lindor is at the plate, and this one's heading out to the left field foul pole, and it will barely get over the wall. A homer for Frankie Lindor. It only went 347 feet, but it is enough to be a solo shot and the only run of the ball game thus far to give the Mets a 1-0 lead. So, Los Mets with a 1-0 lead. John Birdie up against Marcus Stroman. He gets a base hit up the middle, and John Birdie might bring a runner home from second. The throw is off target, and the Marlins will tie it up in the top of the 6th. So now both teams starting to get to their opposing starter. This one coming off of Stroman's leg, and Javi Baez is safe at first. So the Mets are in a little bit of trouble. Here's Eloy Jimenez. He gets jammed and he goes to right. Eloy very good at doing this. And the bases are loaded here in the top of the 6th for Michael Conforto, who connects with one straightaway center field and gone. That is a long way at Citi Field to connect. 431 feet for Michael Conforto. It is a grand slam, and anyone who did not think this was a good signing this offseason is eating their toes right now, as Michael Conforto is putting everyone's foot in their mouth. Chris Archer coming in, Walty's favorite pitcher, 27 ERA in one game appearance already this season. He has not failed to allow a hit to a right-handed batter. And here is Brian Anderson, and go figure, it would be the Marlins who would be his first right-handed batter to be out. So there we go. A 5-1 lead still, though. We go to the top of the 8th with a runner on second, and this one's driven into the gap. That is an easy one to make. Eloy Jimenez with a double there will bring home another run, an RBI double for him. Make it 6-1. Garrett Crochet in the game trying to end it here. And there's a little bobble and safe at first base, so maybe some life for the Mets on an error from Brian Anderson. Now Pete Alonso up at the plate. This one headed up the middle. It is touched on second base and then thrown over to first. Couldn't get the out there, but one away in the bottom of the 9th for Frankie Lindor. And he dribbles one up the middle. This one's touched on the bag, thrown on to first. He's still safe. So a lot of fielders' choices in this 9th inning. Here is Corey Dickerson, and he will finally ground out to end the game. And the Marlins get a nice road win at Citi Field, 6-1 on a grand slam from Michael Conforto. Unbelievable bomb from Conforto. We have not seen a grand slam in this series for our Marlins, but we get one here today. A 5-run 6th inning. And then adding another in the 8th. Conforto, the player of the game. That was his only hit of the game, but it was a big one. And then 5 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed by Max Meyer, 1 earned run. So a good outing for him. Conforto with the bomb. Jimenez, Conforto, and Birdie with all the RBIs. Max Meyer gets his ERA down to a 1.8. Very, very good start to the season. I really think he could be a potential future ace for us. He's going to have to learn a pitch, though. We'll see how his numbers are this year. He might be able to learn a pitch. And so, after winning our next 4 games after the opening day loss, we lose on the road to the Mets to avoid a sweep. The Mets avoid a sweep against us. They win 10-1. And now we get our home opener, which I know you're all very excited about. Home opener at the new version of South Beach Park against the Atlanta Braves. And an all-divisional opening here in this first episode of season number 2. So now, with a newly renovated stadium, can we hit more bombs? I know a lot of people want to see some more bombs in this park, and we'll see if it will happen. Hopefully not against us, as Pablo Lopez is on the mound. With his 1-0 record so far this year, a 1.29 ERA, we're hoping not to ruin that so far in this season. There we go. He gets through unscathed. We are opposing Max Fried. Max Fried right away going to give up a big hit to Michael Conforto off the right center field wall. Wall was just a little high for him to get a homer there, but he does bring home Javi Baez. And the Marlins take a 1-0 lead on an RBI double from Conforto. Here comes Eloy Jimenez, and this one is laced into left center field. That's going to travel all the way up to the wall, and he will have an RBI double as well in the bottom half of the first as he brings Conforto home. So Eloy Jimenez, RBI double, makes it 2-zip. Here's Jorge Alfaro still in the bottom of the first, and Alfaro's is headed out and diving out to make a catch. Does not happen, and it's another RBI double to give the Marlins a 3-zip lead early. We go to the top of the 3rd, and some threatening against Pablo Lopez here, trying to get the double play. He won't get anybody out, and Atlanta will score their first run of the game on a very weakly tapped hit. Here is Ozzie Albies now with one away in the top of the 3rd, and Albies is going to hit this one over the wall in right field, barely over. It didn't even make the fountain, but a 360-footer. Last year, that would not have been a home run. It would have been an out. But with this newly renovated stadium, our Ozzie Albies has a 3-run shot to give the Braves a 4-3 lead here at South Beach Park. Pablo Lopez still in the game in the top of the 4th, and it's just not getting any better for him, as that hit down the right field line is going to bring home another run and give the Braves a 5-3 lead. So Travis d'Arnaud with the RBI double. In comes Austin Riley, and Riley lacing one into center field, diving for it, no good, can't make the catch. And still a 5-3 lead, but runners on the corners after the Riley hit. That brings up Max Fried. And Fried, potential double play here. It works out, and the Marlins get through it without giving up anything else. In comes Randy Dobnak, who has pitched for 1 appearance so far this year. 2 whole innings. He hasn't given up a single hit yet in those 2 innings. But Ronald Acuna Jr. is a different animal, and he sends one packing over the right center field wall into the lazy river and over the lazy river. A 436-foot homer that maybe could have been a homer even at the old version of South Beach Park. But this one is gone, and Ronald Acuna extends the Atlanta Brave lead to 7-3 with a solo shot. So now here is Nelson Cruz, and he sneaks this one past the foul pole down the left field line on a pinch hit homer. His second homer of the year for Nelson Cruz. That one coming off of Max Fried and giving the Marlins a chance here as they're getting back into this one with the score of 7-4 off of this Nelson Cruz home run. So now just 3 down. Can the Marlins make any amount of a comeback? Here is a great hit from Anderson, and that one's all the way up to the wall. Anderson with a nice hit there. 2 runners in scoring position now with just 1 away in the bottom of the 8th off of that Brian Anderson double. So can they take advantage? Here's Javi Baez. He has one headed out to right field. Javi Baez over the wall. It is gone. A 3-run shot for Javi Baez to tie the game at 7 off of Jackson. It is gone, and the big signing of the offseason starting to work out for the Miami Marlins. Javi Baez with a huge homer here at South Beach Park, and there is definitely more scoring, more home runs, more long balls in this park now as we get through the 9th inning. We're into extras, and John Curtis is trusted with this. He comes in. He's got a 2.70 ERA this season. He's already pitched 4 times. We'll see if he can hold it down. Freddie Freeman dribbling one onto second base, and he is thrown out for the first out, but they still have the runner over at third. Remember, the free runner at second. Here's Acuna trying to bunt him home, and it is going to be a tag out at the plate as Albies gets a little overzealous, and that leaves Acuna up, and he's going to dribble one onto short, thrown onto first for the final out of the 10th inning. So with a free out, Marlins come up in the bottom of the 10th. It's Michael Conforto with the runner on second, and Michael Conforto does it again with a grand slam against the Phillies on opening day, a homer against the Mets as well, and then a big bomb here, a walk-off dinger for Michael Conforto. He has been absolutely just amazing for this team. One of the best signings they could have made, and they got him for under $10 million a year, and he is playing way above his contract right now. It is not often that you sign a brand new player out of free agency and they play above their contract, but he's doing it right now. Michael Conforto wins the Marlins the game. 2 for 5 with a homer and a double. He gets the dub for him, 9-7. Super scoring in this one. Acuna and Albies with the homers for the Braves. Max Fried goes 7, only giving up 1 earned. And for the Marlins, it was Cruz, Conforto, and Baez with the home runs. Michael Conforto has 5 homers early on in the season. Lopez didn't pitch too well, but the bullpen picked him up. And we don't sweep the Braves, but we do take 2 out of 3 against them. Pache no longer injured, so he will be rejoining the lineup. And we split with the Mets, so we haven't lost a series yet to open the year. We lose 3-0 in the first game against the Diamondbacks. Then we lose again, so we will lose this series. As a matter of fact, we're going to get swept by the Diamondbacks. So we move into a series in St. Louis. We got a little critical situation. Roberto Osuna up on the mound to try to close this one out, and that one we will not be able to get to, as Roberto Osuna puts us in trouble here with a runner on second base here in the bottom of the 9th, Paul DeJong. And this one's going to be easy to get to out in center field, so this one will be caught. They will not advance the runners. Still 2-1, 1 away with a runner in scoring position for Randall Grichuk, and he hits a shallow fly ball out to right field. That one caught as well. They cannot advance the runner again. Tyler O'Neill with their last chance, and he strikes out. Roberto Osuna gets the win for the Miami Marlins. A nice save for him. 2-1, a very low-scoring affair in St. Louis, but a good win for the Miami Marlins, if I could speak English. 2-1. Pablo Lopez, player of the game, 7 1/3. He gave up 1 earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 4 hits. He's the player of the game, also the win. Flaherty with the loss for St. Louis. So we'll take a look at how the runs were actually scored. Looks like it was John Birdie with a 2 RBI double, who was able to bring the runs in. He was also caught stealing on the base paths. Bullpen did a great job from Shane Green over to Roberto Osuna. For the Cardinals, it was Edman on a solo shot that got them their only run. We lose the next game against the Cardinals, but then we win the rubber game 4-3, going into the final series of the month against the Phillies. And looking at some of these statistics, man, Conforto opening up with a 300 average, 6 homers in the first month. Jesus Aguilar opening up with a 271, 6 homers for him as well. So some guys coming out swinging early part of the season. Nelson Cruz is batting .389, mostly as a pinch hitter, but he's got 2 homers as well. And for our pitching, Max Meyer is again our best pitcher. Max Meyer is pitching extremely well. Roberto Osuna in his 3 appearances has not given up a run, so he has been doing his job as well. Some of the guys down in the minors are playing pretty well as we take a look at this. Nicholas Boucher is pitching pretty well, the draft pick from a season ago. So hopefully those guys can continue to play as well as they've been. We're 2 games out of the lead of the division to the New York Mets, who has already battled us pretty darn well to open up this season. Dodgers, of course, are dominating. Padres and Cubs would have the wild card. We'd be a half a game out right now. So, hey, our Marlins looking kind of competitive early on. We'll see if we can continue to be competitive. Yankees lead the AL East. White Sox lead the AL Central. And the Stros leading the AL West. With the Rays, Stros, and Rangers all would be tied for the wild card right now. That's quite a race. A lot of double-digit winners out there in the American League. And over in our AA, the Jumbo Shrimp. We have not taken a look at a AAA game. AAA. We have not taken a look at our AAA game yet, but we will be doing that next episode. We will look at the AA opener as well as the AAA game. We will also be going into Yankee Stadium. So if you're excited to see any of that, make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content, and let me know what you think about the possible future outlook of this team in the comments section. Are you excited? Do you think we're headed in the right direction? If you want to see more franchise, click right here to see more franchise.
I feel to break somehow.